okay. The gloves are off. But anyway, welcome to this Summerslam review 2021. If you guys don't like ranting, you better click off this video because there's going to be some things I'm going to be talking about that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are not going to like. Anyway, let's begin. Big E battled Baron Corbin on the pre-show. Big E won. Good. Not that I really care. We had RK Bro versus AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Well, Randy and Riddle won. I'm happy for Randy. I can't say the same for Riddle. And then we had our 5-star classic, Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie, and I need to stop that joke because it's not funny anymore. To my shocking surprise, Eva Marie wrestled. She actually wrestled. She actually did some moves, and she actually did some stuff, so I can give her a little bit of credit for actually wrestling and selling, so I can give her some credit there. Alexa Bliss scored the win, though, with the DDT. She hasn't won with that move in a while, but she won with the DDT, pinning Eva Marie. Piper Niven called Eva Marie the loser of the match at the end. So, seems like we're going to be getting a breakup between the two. Then we had Damian Priest take on Sheamus for the United States Championship in a really fun match. Damian Priest would score the win. If Damian Priest ends up just like Sheamus and doesn't defend that title, I don't want to hear anyone complain. Because for the longest time, I've been dealing with a few people complaining about how Sheamus doesn't defend his title. If Damian Priest does the same thing, I better hear the same thing from you. Because I know for a fact, if Damian Priest didn't defend it, I'm pretty sure people would say that, like him, they'd say, oh, well, he has no challenges. Yeah, funny, I said the same thing about Sheamus, and I got attacked for it. The Usos battled the Mysterios again for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I really am hoping this is the last time we ever see these two face each other, because I'm getting very sick and tired of it. The Usos would retain. Right. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We all know Bianca Belair was going to take on Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, we don't know the details. Nobody knows. But the problem with this is that everybody was jumping the gun. Everyone was coming to conclusions and all this other stuff. And it pisses me off how people, you know, they come to their own conclusion and they think their conclusion is the true answer. So Sasha Banks was not at SummerSlam. Her match with Bianca Belair got cancelled and it got replaced. So we don't know why Sasha was gone. It could be COVID related, it could be an injury, or it could even have something to do with her filming Mandalorian for Star Wars. We just don't know. Sasha Banks was there though. She was at the show. If you've seen her video about Nikki Cross, you hear her in the background going, "Let's go!" You know, as like she's very excited to be at the show. Now, Now, I will say WWE constantly continuing to promote the match despite them knowing Sasha Banks wasn't going to be there was kind of a bit of a silly thing to do. I will say that was kind of a bit of a silly thing to do. If they knew she wasn't there, they could have just done something about it, but I guess, I don't know. I'm not a promoter, so how would I know? But I am very sick and tired of the fans coming up with their own conclusions and thinking what they say is the actual truth and fact. So because Sasha Banks didn't get her match, there were some people saying that Sasha Banks needs to get up and walk away from the company, needs to get up and leave. I'm just going to say this. Sasha Banks is Vince McMahon's favorite wrestler. Sasha Banks is Austin, Rock, and Taker level to him. People need to understand that, but of course people don't understand that. They think Vince McMahon apparently hates black people. Which is completely inaccurate and completely false. So where am I getting at here? Bianca comes to the ring. She doesn't know what to do about her upcoming match. Sasha Banks wasn't there. Carmella came out looking like she was going to take Sasha's spot. And then out came the woman that everyone has been begging to see back for a very long time. The man, Becky Lynch, is back. Becky Lynch returns. She takes out Carmella, and she demands and she challenges Bianca Belair for the title. Bianca accepts, and the match ends in 27 seconds. Bianca, if you guys actually pay attention to the match, Becky Lynch cheap shots Bianca when she wasn't expecting it because they just shook hands, and then Bianca wasn't ready. Becky just clobbered her right in the face. And hit her with the manhandle slam for the win, ending Bianca Belair's title reign. Bianca Belair, I have been saying for a while, I have not really been a fan of her title reign. I'm not saying her title reign was bad. I just didn't really enjoy it. I just couldn't really get into her as the babyface champion. Maybe a heel turn could happen now after what happens here, but the main thing about this is that everybody just loses their shit over this. Oh my god, Becky Lynch has buried her. Oh my god, Bianca Belair is buried. Oh no. The one person that everyone has been chanting we want Becky for literally a month since the crowds came back, apparently is now the most hated woman on the roster because she buried Bianca Belair. Please, give me a break. Bianca Belair is not buried. And understand this. Please, for the love of Christ, understand this. This was never supposed to happen. This whole situation was never supposed to happen. This was originally going to be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. This was never supposed to happen. I guarantee you, I believe in my heart of hearts, I guarantee you and I believe that Sasha Banks was going to win the title, and then Bianca Belair, and then Becky Lynch was going to come out. I guarantee it, that Sasha was going to win the title, and then Becky Lynch was going to come out. But because Sasha was not there, or couldn't do the match, or for whatever reason we don't know, nobody knows why Sasha was off the show. There's no reason for people to speculate or say their reasons. Nobody knows the reasons why Sasha was off the show. But for all we know is that this has happened. What do you expect a company to do when you can't do a match? Do you want Bianca Belair to miss out again, just like she did at Money in the Bank? Her match with Bayley got cancelled and then she had to sit out Money in the Bank? Do you really want that again? Do you really want Bianca Belair to sit out again just because her match couldn't happen? They had to do something. And secondly, as I said, people were chanting, we want Becky for the better part of a month. She comes back, everybody gets what they want, as always, but once again, the fans have to find something to complain about. I guarantee you, if Becky Lynch did not come out, and we got Bianca Belair versus Carmella, I guarantee you people would have been chanting bullshit. The crowd would have hijacked the show. Because they were promised Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, and then they get Carmella versus Bianca Belair. I guarantee you, if there was no Becky Lynch, the crowd would have hijacked the show. Please, I just wish people would understand that plans change, and you have to change your plans. I guarantee you this was never supposed to happen. This was never their intention. This was never their plan. And if you think it is, then whatever, it's your opinion. But at the end of the day, and secondly, I want to say this. So there are a few people that came at me and they've told me that they don't watch WWE anymore. And if any of those people actually do watch these reviews, I want to tell you that your opinion is completely invalid. Your opinion is completely invalid, and you have no reason to give me an opinion or even voice your opinion. If you don't watch WWE, then you have no right to say your opinion. To me, you should be paying attention to the shows. If you want to know what's going on WWE television, you should be sitting your butt down and actually watch the shows, instead of just listening to what people say online. What people say online is overreactions and bullshit. Instead of listening to people online, actually listen to the smart people like me. Sasha Banks was going to win the match, and I guarantee you Becky Lynch was going to come out after the match. But all that had to change because Sasha was not there. Or for whatever reason we don't know. Stop jumping to conclusion. And no, I'm not defending the outcome. As what other few people started saying. They're like, oh, of course you're going to defend the outcome. Did I ever say I defended this outcome? Did I ever say on my social media, did I ever say, oh, I was okay with Becky Lynch squashing Bianca Belair? Look at all my tweets. And did I ever say that? No, I never did. So apparently me telling you that Bianca Belair isn't buried is me telling you, oh, I was okay with the ending. Of course I wasn't okay with the ending, but it is what it is. Because this was never supposed to happen in the first place. People just don't listen and they just want to just scream and yell and carry on like friggin' children. I guarantee you, Bianca Belair will be champion again. Mark my words. Anyway, let's move on. Drew McIntyre faced Jinder Mahal. Drew McIntyre won. Do you care? I certainly don't. Then we had Charlotte Flair versus Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair won. Now, some of you may be thinking I'd be a bit upset that Charlotte Flair won here, because, you know, she beat the younger stars. I honestly don't really care. You know me, I love Charlotte, so I personally don't care. She's now a 6-time women's champion and she's 5-0 at SummerSlam. I do feel bad for Nikki Cross, because this whole gimmick was her idea, but let's be real here. The only reason why she lost is because of the fans. The fans turned on her, the fans didn't give her a chance. They didn't even give this Nikki Ash character a chance. They immediately hated it, booing her at live events. And I guarantee you within the next several months, people will be wondering where the hell Nikki Ash is. I guarantee you within the next couple of months, people will be begging that she gets pushed again. Guarantee it. This is why WWE always goes back to people like Sasha, and Bayley, and Bianca, and Becky, and Charlotte, and Alexa. This is why WWE always goes back to these people. Because every single time they try to push someone new, like a Nikki Ash, like a Rhea Ripley, you complain. You call Rhea Ripley boring, and you're calling Nikki Cross a bad champion because she's got a stupid gimmick. This is why they keep going back to Charlotte. If you actually accept it for once in your life, if you actually give it a chance, then maybe they won't keep going back to Charlotte. Maybe give it a try. Maybe give that a try. So no, I'm not surprised Charlotte won the title back. It's the fans' fault. It's the fans' fault. They didn't give Nikki Ash a chance. So I'm not blaming WWE. I'm blaming the fans for this one. Then we get Edge versus Seth Rollins. I literally did not give two shits about this. Edge did have a cool entrance with the old Gangrel Brood entrance. That was pretty cool. Nice callback to the Attitude Era. The Edge ended up winning. He beat Seth Rollins by submission. Then we had Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. to my shocking surprise, Goldberg actually wrestled quite a while. And he actually did some wrestling holds. Jeez. First, Eva Marie starts actually wrestling, and then we see Goldberg actually wrestling. Jesus, what's happened here? Things got wild. But Bobby Lashley retained due to referee stoppage. So, I don't know if this is continuing the feud, or I don't know if this was a one and done. I guess we will soon see. And then finally the main event was Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns would win, as I was telling everybody from the beginning, that John Cena was never going to win the Universal Championship. And saying that if he lost, he would leave the WWE, made it even more obvious that Roman Reigns was going to retain. But after the match, Brock Lesnar returned. And now here come all those little internet marks thinking WWE has pulled out Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar because a certain punk is at a certain elite show. Why can't we just enjoy the moment? Why can't we just enjoy wrestling and enjoy the moment instead of just being a total dick about everything? So Brock Lesnar is back. I'm not the biggest fan of Brock Lesnar, but it was really cool to see him come back. So those are my thoughts and opinions. And also, here's another thing before I end this. Nobody knew about Brock Lesnar coming back. There was no leaks, no rumors about him coming back. He just came back. So there you go. It was totally a surprise. So those are my thoughts and opinions on SummerSlam, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. And I will see you all next time.